Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming. I know it's been a long day, so we certainly appreciate you being here. My name is Karthik. I work on the product team in Moxtra. I'm here with my colleague, Matthias, who is our head of marketing. And on behalf of the entire Moxtra team, we're very excited to showcase our client engagement solution. So, as a little bit of background, Moxtra was a company founded in 2012. We were actually built by the team that built WebEx. So our co-founder and CEO, Subra Iyer, was the co-founder and CEO of WebEx as well. And when he built Moxtra, he really wanted to define business collaboration for the mobile era. We got our start in financial services about 1.5 years ago, when we got the best client engagement tool at the Citi Mobile Challenge. And since then, we've actually deployed with Citibank and are in the process of deploying with a few other banks as well. So it's built on a few key design points. The first is that it's mobile-centric. So the mobile device is already at the center of everyone's lives. And if you're going to engage your customers, it needs to be so via mobile channels. The second is that it's really built for document workflows. So if you look at the interaction between a client and a bank, it's usually over some underlying piece of content, right? So that could be an account opening form, a portfolio statement, annual report, et cetera. So Moxtra is really optimized for those type of workflows. And finally, it's also configurable for different levels of touch. So whether we're talking about a high-touch, high-net-worth customer, or a mass-market customer, or a prospect, you can configure Moxtra accordingly to meet the different levels of touch. Furthermore, it can also be configured for the different types of workflows. So for example, there's wealth management, insurance, mortgage, et cetera. So with that, we'll dive into the live demo. The use case that we're going to show today is actually the wealth management. So what you're looking at on the right-hand side of the screen is actually a mocked-up version of a relationship manager portal. So the idea here is a bank could have its existing portal, or we could provide one, and Moxtra would be embedded inside of that. So my colleague just clicked on Customer Connect, and that launches a Moxtra secure messaging channel on the portal side. Now, similarly, on the customer side, the customer, Matthias Broner, is using the bank's mobile banking application, and he would be able to access that channel within his secure message center. So the idea here is when he clicks inside of that, he has that channel with his relationship manager. So for the sake of this demo, we'll just quickly go through a sample user story, and hopefully that'll give you an idea of some of the possibilities here and some of the things that are capable with Moxtra. So the Matthias Broner here has a question with his portfolio, so he asks his relationship manager to send over a portfolio report. So the relationship manager on his side sees the customer's query and can pull in a file accordingly. Now, this can be hooked up to the bank's existing document vault, but for now, we'll just bring in the document from the desktop. So this is where kind of the next level of engagement kicks in, and we call these our document collaboration features. So on top of this document, Matthias and the relationship manager can collaborate in a number of ways. So we have our basic annotations with which they can collaborate. We also have an e-signature capability built in. And we also have more powerful features such as voice integrations and being able to layer your voice on top of the content. So Matthias will record a voice clip right now, and I'll let him do so.
Hey, so if you could take a look at my report, I have a quick question regarding this segment here. I'd love to meet with you whenever you have a chance. Thanks.
Yeah. So he records his voice along with any annotations that he's making on top of the document, and he's able to save it back into the conversation. So on the relationship manager side, it shows up as Matthias recorded a clip, and the relationship manager can play it back accordingly and see the exact feedback that Matthias provided on the portfolio. So the relationship manager sees this, and then he shoots Matthias a message saying, "Sure, why don't you give me a call?" So everything that we've done up till now has been asynchronous. So we've sent messages back and forth, we've sent documents, we've collaborated on top of the documents. But sometimes there's a need for the real-time touch as well, so Moxtra provides that escalation. So Matthias can click out of that and click to call his relationship manager, and this would initiate a real-time session with the relationship manager. So over here, it starts off with the basic voice capability. They can turn on their video as well, but they can also escalate to more powerful collaboration features. So for instance, if they wanted to share screens and go through some account statements or something like that together, they can do that in real time. But Matthias can also share a file, and the relationship manager can share a file as well. And they can go through that file in real time. So Matthias here is going to bring up that same portfolio report, and they have all the same document collaboration features I showed you earlier, except available in real time. So a couple things to note here. First, every little interaction between the customer and the relationship manager is timestamped and logged. This way you have the full audit trail of everything that goes on between the two parties, which can be extremely important for compliance purposes. The second thing is that Moxtra is built in an extremely modular way. So what that means is all the features that I just showed you actually exist as modules. So you can really customize the workflow and build it exactly for your client's needs. This flexibility also extends to the infrastructural side. So to keep up with regulatory requirements, you can do an on-premise deployment, you can do a private cloud, hybrid solution, whatever you would really like there. So in terms of the deployments that we've actually done, we've seen a few key benefits. So the first is the operational efficiency on the bank side gets significantly improved because relationship managers are able to engage with more customers in more efficient ways, digital channels, and they're able to do that in less time. Now, on the customer side, we also see a significant uptick in their engagement because they're now able to collaborate with their bank in meaningful ways that is through a digital channel, through familiar interfaces, and a mobile channel that they actually prefer because this is what they're used to in other aspects of their lives. So at the end of the day, it improves efficiency for the banks and also increases the customer engagement as well. So that's the quick run-through of our solution. If you're interested in this, we'll be happy to have a chat at our table. And thanks again for listening. We appreciate it. Thank you.